Hey, I'm back. Keeping well and ready to go? Then let's get to it. Today, we're exploring innovation and how far you can push any new idea. Joining me is Vice President Engineering APAC of Arrow Electronics, Mr. Jacky Wan. So, Jackie, could you actually tell me a bit more about your personal story and how were you even led to pursue a career in INT? I really want to know the whole journey.
Well, it's very interesting questions. So actually, I was first attracted, to the INT when I had the first opportunity accessing to the internet world in the early 90s, and how computer with internet bringing us closer to each other and improves our lives and productivity gains. Now, I study and work in the United States. I personally experienced the disruptive changes from long distance phone call to the expensive, to the very economical IP-based free of charge internet call. And INT can help accelerate innovations not limited to technology, but also all kinds of industry as well as our daily life. And the history is repeating itself through today's metaverse.
So you've got so many technology that can help you achieve the same thing without the pressure of before. But when you were pursuing this career in INT, in the beginning, you were a fresh person coming into the whole industry. Were there any particular things were you intimidated? Were you scared? Or were you just excited because you love this industry from the get-go?
Well, it's pretty excited. It's my career. I was maybe I share my background as my career, so give you a sense of a taste for it. So it's been a kind of great journey, for my past couple of decades. I graduated, as a computer and electrical engineers. Fortunately, I have the experience, working in Silicon Valley as a test and design engineers. And in the early 2000s, I decided to relocating back to Hong Kong, where shifting my focus from more microelectronics and software design into application design. One of the good thing about the INT is the amazing light speed product life cycle in nature, which allow me to see how INT applied the innovations across different kind of industry. Now I spent a decade in the telecom segment and seeing the transformation from the traditional 2G to 4G and the associated application evolved. And over the past decade, I also been with Arrow Electronics, where the company offer a much broader product and also technology portfolio, and now allowing us to guiding innovation forward for our startups, small and medium enterprise, as well as large OEM. And I noticed a lot of traditional industries are also leveraging INT for their own sector innovations and differentiation.
Wow. So, but then you've also risen in the ranks. Now you're leading the APAC team. That's very impressive. It's a big region. But has the journey been smooth for you, or did you encounter a lot of challenges to get to where you're at today?
Yeah, I think, talk about a challenge. I think one of the biggest challenge we all probably facing today is about the pandemic. However, of course, it also giving us a golden opportunity, even driving innovations forward, despite all these unforeseen disruptions in our lives in the past 2 years. Not to mention we now, a lot of time using video call rather than face-to-face interactions. So these, disruptions accelerate innovations. And to be honest, I feel fortunate working in a global company which strives to use technology to change lives and transform our society. And what drives me and our team forward is our passion in making life better through technology.
I think I can see a pattern over here. Like you're the type of person that likes to be on the cutting edge of things. You want to see how far can we push with what we have, and if we don't have it, can we make something out of it, right? Because I see that
Correct.
Arrow also is very keen on nurturing talent. You want to take a young talent and see, how can we grow this into something really epic and really powerful. And I see that in particular, you want to help the youth grasp the Greater Bay Area opportunities. And I'm sure this is a hot topic. Could you tell us a little bit more about this? What can the Greater Bay Area offer to young talents who want to pursue a career in INT?
Wow, good question. I also had the experience as a graduate hire in the Silicon Valley in that Bay Area, but now moving into GBA, is what we can do, right? Now, so Arrow joined force with Hong Kong Science and Technology Park to launch the GBA co-incubation program to support the expansions of startup in the GBA and create career opportunity for young ambitious technologists. The co-incubation features a brand new open lab facility in Songshan Lake, Dongguan Export Park, which it complements the Hong Kong Science Park open lab that we have today. And that open lab also equipped with the state-of-the-art equipments and testing modules. It can accelerate build-out technology capability of startups and enable them to design and develop. The staff can also undertake a series of thematic hands-on training sections covering microelectronics, sensing technology, connectivities, edge platform, and IoT devices.
Wow, that's fascinating. I think the GBA is definitely something you want to look forward to in the future and be curious about it. Now, let's come back to this. The young generation, some of them are excited about the future. Some of them are kind of scared seeing what's happening every day. But, for someone who's been through so much, could you share with us, especially to the young generation, what is the most exciting thing you see that could happen, especially in this field, in the next 3 to 5 years?
It's very simple, on that. It's more like together, with all the young generation together, I think that strongly believe that we can build a better future where technologies improve lives for everyone. And see nowadays, how we leverage on technology, from our daily life, from commuting, communicating, collaborating, and I think there's a lot of innovations which makes our life even better.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, speaking to you as well, I can hear your excitement in your tone as well. Now, on the last point, if for your family, for your kids, is this a field that you would even say, I'm telling all my kids, INT is the way to go?
Well, I would say, join our INT ecosystem, and together we can build better futures like no others.
I love it. That's fantastic. All right, cool. So questions wise, I'm good. Is any last little tips or tricks you want to share with the young generation?
Yeah, and what I encourage, the young generation is, follow your heart, do what you're passionate and interested about it. There's always innovations across anything, everything. So as long as you have passionate, driving innovations, and technology could be one of the big pieces you cannot miss out. And how do you even further help you accelerate your own innovations?
I love it. I'm motivated already just speaking to you, Jacky. Thank you so much. A good way to try something new is to go check out what's available and see what stands out, which is why you have to go to our virtual career platform right now and hunt for your dream job. What's that? It's your dream job calling. Pick up that call by scanning this QR code, and I'll see you tomorrow.